Are we live? Can you tell?
Must be.
Look at the button.
Yeah.
It says live. No.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
So this is going to be a little different. So, hope everyone has their coffee this morning.
That's not coffee, by the way. That's
This is Pedialyte.
that is Pedialyte. that is Pedialyte. So
yeah. So I decided that since I was, today's 100 days, so we'd celebrate by trying a live feed, see how it goes.
Well, they do 100 days at school for people. So I mean, there you go. So there's your 100 days. So a lot has happened in the last 100 days. So
a lot. Yeah. I think we just kind of do a fun recap of everything that's gone on. So
yeah, because cancer's fun.
Well, he keeps it fun.
Yeah. Well, I guess.
So, I guess we can just start with, when I first found out. Good morning, Courtney. When I first initially went in the beginning of February.
Well, it started in January when you felt the lump.
Yeah, but they got me in February and felt the lump, and so they automatically had me go in for...
Morning, Peggy.
This is gonna
so
be
weird.
This is gonna be fun.
No, it's fun. Keep on track, girl. We got things to do.
So went and had a 3D mammogram done, and during that 3D mammogram, they also did a sonogram, and that's when they found an angry lymph nodes. What he called it.
Yeah.
He said it's angry.
Yeah.
Morning, guys. Glad you're here with us.
So it showed some angriness since she's glad-handing everyone. She's politicking right now. So, it showed some angriness, which triggered several biopsies. I think we ended up with, 7? Total biopsies and the poking and prodding, which, that sucked. And we finally ended up getting the diagnosis.
Go Texas.
Diagnosis.
On February 8th.
February 8th.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, February 8th was when they called me back to let me know that I was tested positive for breast cancer. So. And
then after that, 3 days later, so let's just kind of take you back. Heidi is hyper aggressive when she wants something, and somebody in the house says no. She kind of goes her own route. So she's not young. Okay, she's no spring chicken. So she was saying, man, it's about time.
Speaking for yourself.
Well, I'm speaking for you. So no spring chicken. She's like, Bert, I think it's about time for some new boobs. I'm like,
I've never said that.
That is a lie. She's lying. Anybody that knows, she said that. So she said, I need some new boobs. We're not doing that. So she gets breast cancer just to get some new boobs. Then
wouldn't suggest it. Wouldn't suggest it.
Well, take your own advice. So then she's been complaining, I need a new car. I need a new car. That's true. No. Yes, that's true. And then she goes and gets in a 4-car accident after her diagnosis.
Not my fault.
But still true that you wanted another car. Anybody watching that knows that this is what you do. Listen,
it wasn't my plan.
She's been.
Thank you, Taylor. She's on my side.
Yeah, I figured Taylor was. She's so pro girl on this thing. You're out, Taylor.
Hey, I got a nice new car.
So anyway, yeah, cancer, boobs, and a car. So, but after the biopsy, they were still looking for the source.
Right. Yeah, they couldn't find it, so that's why it took so many biopsies, I think.
Yeah.
So, but I think we didn't find out until after we ended up telling the girls.
Yeah, and for all of that are maybe watching this for the first time, we waited to tell the girls for a couple of reasons. One, Braden had a big interview, which that's done and passed. She's good to go. Yeah, she starts, and which we're not saying what she's doing, but she starts her career path on June 3rd.
Yep.
She's starting actually a month early before
Yay.
An academy starts in July.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's why we waited to tell the girls. And Jade was in Manhattan, so we wanted to tell them all together.
Yeah, together.
Yeah. So
yeah, after we told the girls, we finally found out where the source came from, because it wasn't from what's Taylor's saying.
Something about Can Jam.
The source, I had a bunch of cysts in my right breast, so it wasn't in any of those spots, but they finally found it in the ductal
Right. It's some calcified, basically old breast milk. Don't do spoiled milk, boys and girls. It leads to breast cancer, even if it's in mom's boob.
No,
So
whatever.
So she had some spoiled milk
Yeah.
that got a little crazy on her and turned into some booby cancer.
Yeah. So, and if, oh my gosh, it seems like it just went by so fast as far as when we found out when I was diagnosed, and then when, between all the biopsies, and they're like, okay, well, we're getting you in now. So, I mean, I found out February 8th, and then they got me in for my double mastectomy on March 1st, which we were totally shocked. We were sitting there in the doctor's office.
Yeah.
It was like, I mean, I figured it'd be like at least another couple months.
Yeah. This so from if you really think about it, from diagnosis to double mastectomy, that it wasn't 30 days, so it was crazy. But I think we're glad that it happened that way.
I am, yeah.
So and so after the mastectomy, you had the dreaded tubes.
Yeah, which weren't horrible.
No.
I had a good nurse. Jade was good. So was Brian.
Well, that's like asking for a sorry, and then they say it. She doesn't mean it. So we all know where I rank again. So she had those in for about 10 days.
Yeah, 10 days.
Went and had them removed.
Yeah, went and had them removed, and everything was fine that day for a while until.
She sprung a leak in my office and bled out on my white furniture. So we got it cleaned up. By the way, 3% hydrogen peroxide removes blood. So that's good to know if you have a wife that's inconsiderate and decides to bleed out on your furniture.
Morning, Mom.
So after she sprung a leak, she was back in. So that happened around 4:30, and then you're under the knife by 6.
Yeah, emergency surgery to go in and fix it, clean it all out.
Out of network emergency surgery.
Yeah,
so
we haven't seen that bill yet.
Yeah, we've seen enough of the other ones and they suck. So, but that one's going to be a doozy. So that's why we're suggesting Heidi go to 10,000 cc's to so she can have some dancing breasts to pay these medical bills. So,
no.
Yes.
No.
So, but after the emergency surgery, she's been, spacers.
Yep, filling the spacers now. So, not going to 10,000 cc's, by the way. It'll probably be only a couple more Phillips, or else I'm going to have special implants made, which is not going to happen.
Hey,
so,
I got to tell you.
Not going to be Dolly Parton.
I think you're a special person. So you've seen a video of the spacers being filled, which is still pretty trippy. She had those filled, Wednesday?
Wednesday this week.
So she's at 570?
I'm at 570.
570. So again, 94.30 to go, boys and girls. And Courtney, I am indeed a nurse.
He wishes.
So then she had some chemo.
Yeah, first was April 25th? 6th?
Yeah, it's a Thursday.
Yeah, it was 3 weeks ago from Thursday.
Yeah, she had the first round.
And that was, holy moly.
Well, I think it wasn't as scary at first when you go in there, just kind of hooking you up.
I had anxiety. Don't,
Yeah.
I mean, the fear of the unknown, not knowing what to expect. You're sitting in their chair and, hooking you up to everything. You just don't know what to, all the feelings and all that stuff. So,
well, how would you feel if you're sitting in a hospital and you've got an IV and they're about to put some liquid Drano in you?
Yeah.
So that's really
and if you'd feel it, that was like a concern. Am I going to feel it? And it was, so it's all. I mean, now I know what to expect.
So about day 3 or 4 into chemo last time is when you started feeling a little rough. And
but I think that had a combination of being dehydrated and because everything was going out of me, if you know what I mean, and so trying to stay on top of that. Now I know I have a plan. So, on staying on top of it with some Imodium and all that other stuff, which will help me.
Pedialyte and Drip Drop, and Drip Drop. By the way, guys, this is an unpaid plug for Drip Drop. We learned this from our children.
Actually, the Shears.
I wasn't going to sell them out.
Sorry, Shears.
So we learned this from underage. Well, they're all legal.
Yeah.
We learned this from young people that Drip Drop is a cure for hangovers because it's a pharmaceutical grade electrolyte, which you can get at Walgreens or Amazon. So it's like in
They're good.
a Crystal Light packet.
Yeah.
And you just put it in water, shake it up, and so if you have a hangover or are going through chemo, I suggest that you put that in a bottle of water by your pillow at night before you go to bed. So,
which we've all done.
Speak for yourself. I don't partake in that stuff, and I'm just happy with being me.
Right. Okay.
So about 10 or 11 days in after chemo?
11 days, I started losing my hair. So, well, first off, my hair was really long. So we cut about 10 inches off my hair. Mm-hmm. And just to get ready and prepped, because I didn't want it falling out with it being so long. So I went in and got it, chopped off. So, yeah, it was about 11 days. I was taking a shower and it just, started coming out.
In clumps. We'd heard, we knew what to expect on that, I think.
Yeah.
And so I was heading out. It was about 7:30 or so. We have to block these sheer girls from comedy. They're just
she said Pendleton.
So Heidi's in the shower. I'm heading out. It's about 7:30 in the morning, heading to the office, and before she leaves, she's in the shower. She's like, "Hey, Brian, come here. I need to show you something." I'm thinking, well, all right. So I come around, and she's got just clumps of hair. So
I said, "Well, guess what we're doing tonight?
Yeah,
we're shaving it. We're gonna shave it. It might just let's get it over with." So
that was, I don't know. You did pretty good.
I did a lot better than I thought I was going to do.
Man,
shaving your hairs. That was one of the first things I was worried about from the very beginning was losing my hair.
Yeah, no, you were a champ through it, but man, Braden was kind of behind the camera, and she was not feeling it.
No. It was tough on the girls.
Yeah, it was.
It was tough on you.
It was. Well, I mean, there's been plenty of times I've wanted to rip your hair out. I mean, even a couple of days ago I wanted to rip it out, but I can't grab as much anymore. But cutting it was way different. So
yeah.
And also, a couple of days after that, we shaved her head. I look in the drain, and I'm pulling out a cat. I thought maybe the girls brought another puppy home and it got caught in the drain. Look at that, just wad of hair, and so
we shaved more off. I still have some, but it's still falling out at a rapid pace. So
yeah.
But I mean, I still have my eyelashes. I still have my eyebrows.
Stop there.
I'm not gonna say anything else.
Above the neck, she's good. So we're just so let your mind wander. Let your mind wander. So I'll just say this: summer at the lake will be a lot faster for her getting ready. We'll just stop there.
Yeah.
No. But yeah, no, it's been crazy. I know the first couple of weeks.
Well, the first week after was rough, but
yeah.
the last 2 weeks I've felt really good. I'm still working. In fact, I opened 3 new accounts this week.
Cancer's good. Cancer's good for the food business.
No.
You got a restaurant. Chicken nuggets are over here.
God knows I need some help. So he's sending customers my way. So.
Oh my gosh.
But we just had round 2 Thursday. So.
Yeah. So just kind of, I guess, the 100-day recap. The first couple of weeks was pretty rough emotionally.
Yeah.
I mean, because there's nothing physical going on, and it was it sucked, and you're just trying to kind of figure out how to get to your new normal.
Yeah.
And again,
for everybody.
Yeah, I was super worried about Heidi because she was so stoic through the whole deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen one tear.
Yeah.
Unless you cried. Have you cried in private?
No.
It's terrible. So, but one tear, and so I thought, God, every time she was quiet, I was just wondering, what the hell is she thinking? Is she thinking, I'm gonna die, and what's going on?
Who doesn't worry about that? But yeah.
But yeah, so that was unnerving. And is she eating enough? Is she eating the right thing?
God,
is she staying hydrated? I mean, I'm on her
it's like
ass
constantly
every day about eating.
Then same thing for him. I'm worried about him, so, I mean, he's still traveling 2 or 3 times a month, so making sure he's eating, he's sleeping.
I sleep when I'm not in the house.
Sometimes I like it when he's gone. Get them out of the rest of my hair that I have.
Yeah, that's awful. I would just like to wake up next to a pillow that doesn't have like a shedding dog hair on it. So I'm ready for the rest of that crap to be out of there as well.
Whatever.
So.
Pretty soon it'll be bald. Then you'll be waking up next to a bald person.
I feel like I lost a bet. I feel like I've just lost a bet. Like, you know, who can pull the bald person out of the bar at 2 a.m. Some of you boys know what I'm talking about. So I've read it in a book. Never done it, but I've read it in a book.
Whatever.
So, but you know, she's done some microblading on the eyebrows, which
They
is
still look great, by the way.
It's so
Can you see 'em?
It's so trippy. You know, if you
Yeah.
dudes, if you don't know what this is, go look it up. They're taking like a little scalpel, and they're just scarring up her skin and then rubbing ink in it, and
it's different.
so it's not
Microblading's
quite
different.
it's not really a tattoo, thank God, because I didn't think I'd ever be married to somebody with a face tattoo. No offense for anybody who's got a face tattoo out there.
Whatever.
So I can't marry and I can't hire you. So.
And just all the fun stuff I think that we've done I think that's helped us a lot to get through everything, besides everyone praying for us and you know, being there for us. You know, like Brian in his stupid mask that he likes to bring out.
Not stupid.
So,
Not stupid.
Yeah, those were dumb.
So, who doesn't need a wrestling mask? I mean, and we didn't buy that, we had that. So I want you to think about the debauchery that goes on in the birdhouse if you've got a Mexican wrestling mask in your house. And it's everything we had, that was in the house. It's a true story.
Well, I know. Yes, we had to come back with that from Mexico for some reason.
Because I knew one day you might have breast cancer.
Oh, yeah, I would be wearing
that you might want to be incognito someday. So I was thinking of you in advance.
Yeah.
I'm always prepared.
Yeah. Watch out. There might be soap put back into your drink one day.
Yeah, that's not funny.
That was funny.
Yeah, it's funny for you.
Hey, move your vodka drink.
That's water. I'm traveling today. It's water.
He wishes it was vodka.
That is true. But you know, the girls have been just a great help. Our family support, the friends, they're just
yeah, and
ridiculous.
Friends from everywhere. I mean, strangers. I mean, there's several people on here from Texas that, I mean, I just love it that, you know, reaching out, praying for us all the time. So, I mean, it definitely helps having that support, you know, from everywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Here's some prayers. Pray that Heidi will drink enough fluids the next few days, eat right, so she doesn't have to get strangled when I get back home. So what you're actually praying for is praying that I will not commit a homicide.
He won't.
I don't want to be, what's the guy Peterson? What was his name that threw his wife in the ocean?
Oh my gosh. I don't know.
Scott Peterson. I don't want to be a Scott Peterson. Don't make me be a Scott Peterson.
He won't.
I won't.
No.
Well, if I say it on camera and it happens, I mean, I got. No, I can't. Yeah, I can't. I'm screwed now. Sorry. Drink your water. Drink your water. Drink your water. But I think that's
real quick, does anybody? I know there's a lot of people on here. Does anybody have any questions by chance?
Like this is a studio audience.
Well, hey, we could. You should see. I should take a picture of this setup here. It's pretty funny.
No, I feel like a grip. Bird, go put different chairs down there. Bird, set the lighting up. I'm like, I feel like I need to.
He's my whipping boy.
I need like a SAG.
Hey, everyone will not feel sorry for you. I guarantee you. No one's gonna feel sorry for you. We'll see. We'll see if one person says that they feel sorry for you. Not one. Let's see, no one's chiming in.
Crickets. So, I think that's about it on our 100-day recap. It can get a little. I mean, I think, you know, Heidi was pretty pumped on the 100 days, and I think she'll be more pumped when she does her last chemo, and even more pumped when she's 5 years clear.
Yeah.
What the hell? If you could pick a best part of the whole experience,
what would each of you say?
Ooh,
the best part?
The best part of cancer?
Taylor.
Well, I mean, it's a great. Well, so there's a worst and a best part.
Yeah.
So, the best part, I think we started. You know, when you're married a long time, you get comfortable and you take things for granted. I think we take way less things for granted, and I think we've always appreciated each other.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this, you know. Hey, I may not say I love you every day, but I'm thinking it.
Right.
So I think, man, that's a great question.
Yeah.
But I think that probably don't take each other for granted as much.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
Could you feel anything as the chemo went in?
No.
No.
And I was worried about that, if I could feel it, just because my port, my port is right here, and it goes through my main vein here. So, but yeah, I couldn't feel. You can't feel anything going in. So,
Yeah.
and they numb that whenever they hit my port. I don't know if you watched it. Brian did a little video showing it going into my port. So
Sue Lewis asked, what was your initial thought when you found out that you had cancer?
Finding out when I went in and they did the sonogram and they found out my lymph node was angry, I instantly had a feeling there. So I was kind of already mentally preparing myself.
Yeah.
So when I found out the news and told Brian, I mean, it sucks. You know, nobody wants to get cancer. So it's just,
the first couple of days or a couple of weeks were rough, but now it really is business as usual.
Yeah.
You've got a little less hair, a little less energy for, about a week after chemo, but, our lives are pretty normal. I mean,
for the most part.
I still run a business. I still travel.
Yep.
I still, our employees dread when I'm at their stores, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But, it's business as usual.
Yeah. Someone asked how many rounds of chemo. So basically I have...
Not basically. You have 17 rounds.
Well, I have 17 rounds.
One year.
I have 6 rounds of harsh chemo. That's with me losing my hair. And then I have 11 rounds of non-harsh. So my harsh chemo, I have 4 bags of chemo that I have to go through every time. And then when I start my non-harsh chemo, that's just 2 bags that I'll be going through. So
yeah, and they say that after her last round of harsh is August 8th. So after the last round, and when they go into the softer chemo,
I'll have
they
swap
say
surgery.
Oh, yeah, swap surgery. Not swap like husband out. Not swap like you're going to a party and putting your keys in a bowl and come back with some,
no.
Not that. Like swap like they're going to pull the spacers out and
put my implants in.
Right.
Which will be good.
Yeah, that's...
Because these are terrible.
Yeah, the spacers, she always kind of... They don't hurt. She says they're uncomfortable because they're textured. So they're kind of like dead, or like corduroy jeans, the feel of them.
Yeah.
You can't feel them on the outside, but she can feel them on the inside, that texture.
It's like rocks. Yeah.
Can you get B12 shots for energy? We've got a different.
I'm taking some B12.
We've got a. We don't want to sell anyone out. So, but Reba, we're B12. We're good. B12 and C. We're on top of that.
Yeah.
So, but that's important to keep that energy.
I'm taking a
level
lot of vitamins.
Yeah. But the B12 and the C are pretty important as well, and the splerine and the chlorea and there's just a lot of stuff we've incorporated in. We've got another regimen now because the chemo screws around with her heart, so we've got stuff to keep her cardiovascular system flowing, and so we've become kind of part-time pharmacists. So but yeah, that's but I think that's kind of the rundown. I don't 100 days shouldn't be 100 hours, a video,
but still is crazy how.
So, but yeah, and if anybody's watching this now, hit the share button, let somebody else see it, because this is kind of a recap if you haven't watched, all the videos. This was kind of a good recap, so hit that share button, and it'll also, I think, you're going to end up getting it on YouTube later. And
so, this will be fun maybe to do another time, too. We've never done it this way, so it's interesting. See how it all works.
Yeah, so, but I think the biggest thing is, thanks for all the, support.
The support.
Yeah,
all the stuff people have brought over to us has just been amazing. So
yeah, and I think a lot of people, maybe this makes the cancer side of it a little less scary.
Yeah.
Just you've been really pretty open about that.
Well, it helps me. I think being more open and people asking me questions, like I'm not afraid for anyone to ask me any questions about anything. So, the more information that's out there, for you to help even with somebody else, I mean, we're an open book as far as this journey.
Yeah, as far as this journey. So,
yeah.
So, but yeah, business as usual. And how the kids handle the diagnosis. Ooh, that's a good one. Boy, they're tough.
Well, when we sat them down at first, they were like, "Are you adopting? Are you pregnant?" I mean, all these fun,
Well, I don't
joking things.
Being pregnant and adopting, great for people who want to adopt.
Oh yeah,
but that's not fun for us. But it wasn't cancer, and they shed some tears, but Braden deals with it a different way.
Yeah.
But I think they're okay. I think Braden just didn't like to talk about it and like questions about it. And Jade's a nut, so she's an open book too. So
they've dealt with it differently, but it's been good.
And Court asked, do you think it gets easier or more overwhelming as you go? Oh God, these shear girls are throwing some bombs out.
Freaking shear girls.
For me, I think it's easier because we have a plan.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Will you lose lots of weight? Well,
this isn't a weight loss program.
I
need to for health reasons for as far as the cancer. But with all these steroids and stuff I'm taking now, it's I'm still really swollen
with the neuropathy and so she's actually holding some water now, and I think it's driving her nuts.
I'm really
a little bit.
bloated, which is driving me nuts. I eat 80% 20% like crap sometimes. So I would say 80-20. You probably said a lot less than that.
No, you do pretty good. You get the sweets. You got to stay away from the sugars. You do good, but not good. That's not good. Stay away from the dilly bars. From Dairy Queen, pissed at you.
So, I don't think we have anything else.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, it's Saturday, 8:30. So we've got some working out to do. Got to go out and get that energy level up.
And then come back and sleep.
And then come back and sleep. So, but that's it. We'll keep you updated later, and these next few days are going to be rough on her if it goes like last time. So she'll be juiced up, and send her a case of water via Amazon. So,
bye guys, thanks for watching.
Bye guys.
We'll see you soon.